Oh, and good morning, grade 7. We are going now to start the second part of the lesson of water on the earth, and that one is talking about the water cycle. We said before in the last part that the water cycle is a continuous process by which water moves from the earth's surface, whatever the water was, groundwater or it was oceanic water, to the atmosphere, and after that, it's getting back by rain, accordingly by two powers or two energies: the energy of the sun, which making evaporation, and the energy of gravity, which is making precipitation. Excellent. So let's get to the water cycle. So the water cycle starts here, guys. Starts by getting the water here from the oceans, lakes, and streams, rivers. That's by the power of the sun and getting evaporation. So the evaporation is, moving the water from the liquid part into the gaseous state. And also we get a part of the water coming from the transpiration by the leaves of the plants. So we have two processes to get the water in form of gaseous state, one by evaporation and the other by transpiration. Next is the second one, which is condensation here, guys. In the condensation, the water starts to condense from the gaseous state into water droplet in the form of these clouds. So, in these clouds. And after that, the third part is precipitation. The precipitation, it means that the water is going to get back to the earth in form of snow, sleet, or hail. By the end, the water will get to run off on the surface, making new lakes and new rivers again, and most of the water again will be soaked down to the soil, making groundwater again. So let's get that specifically step by step. First of all, water evaporates is the process by which molecules of water at the surface of liquid absorb enough energy from the sun to change to gaseous state. And it might come also, evaporation comes, by the plants directly, through the process of transpiration. Constantly evaporates from the surface of the bodies of water, such as oceans and lakes, as well as from soil and your skin too. Also, plants play a role too in this step of the water cycle, which we said before, transpiration. Let's know more about the transpiration. So the plants grow in water, from the soil, or start to suck the water up. And through their roots, eventually the water is given off through the leaves as water vapor in the process which is called transpiration. So the water is getting through the leaves, starting from the roots, and by the end it's going out to give off as water vapor through the leaves. And also, the second step is condensation. So the condensation that forms cloud. And in the condensation, after water molecules evaporate from the warm air, can carry the water molecules upward. So that's according to the density here. And air tends to become colder when you raise up. So when you rise it up, you will get it more colder, and the colder or the coldness start to get the water vapor condense more easily at lower temperature. So some water vapor cools and condenses into liquid water. The droplets of liquid water come around solid particles in the air, forming clouds. So that's how clouds are formed. And also, guys, let's get to the third part, which is specifically important for us people to get fresh water, is water falls as precipitation. And when the water falls down by the energy of gravity, so water that falls to earth as rain, snow, hail, or sleet. You have to know the difference between them accordingly to the coldness. Also, as more water vapor condenses, guys, the water droplets grow larger, and eventually they become so heavy that they fall back to the earth again. Most of precipitation falls directly into the ocean, but of the precipitation that falls on land, most evaporate, and small amount that remaining water runs off the surface, yeah, into streams and lakes in process called runoff. So when we get the rains back here, yeah, in this step, the rains start to get down over the mountains and plateaus, and the watershed here start to get the water here in order to form lakes and rivers, so that we can call that the runoff or surface runoff. But most of the water seep into groundwater after. Yeah. So you have to know, guys, more about that. Let's get back to this part again. Yeah, this diagram is perfect because most of the water will seep into groundwater, yeah, and start to penetrate through the soil here. So fresh water mostly saved in groundwater, and a part is on the surface in form of streams and lakes. Also, a long time, this groundwater may flow down to the ocean again or evaporate. So we have two ways for the groundwater. Either it will start to seep down to the oceans again, or it will evaporate again in order to make clouds, and the water cycle will start to get again and again and again. So thank you guys for listening. Have any question you can ask me through the online sessions, and back to your peers and realize to reach your assignments there with you, Mr. Samir Awad. Thank you for your attention and be safe at home. Bye bye.